Hey people, Intro here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Angel Gate and Eldar versus the Imperial Guard. For the blue Eldar team, the King of Pythons is a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control. Alongside K.A.F and a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Rounding off the team here, Ligt and a Farseer support hero fighting in melee, some powerful buffs and control. This is the Oathway DLC scheme. Looks like it's been recolored a bit. For the Red Guard, Zero Cry and a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee with a shield. Can shoot his own fellows in the head to encourage them. This is the Mordian Iron Guard elite scheme. Alongside here, Piluco and an Inquisitor, an offensive hero with powerful control. Begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. Hammer of the Witches on the Farseer, but she's still going. And rounding off the teams, Dark Riku. Oh wait, the Farseer is getting really low. She's going to fall on the first engagement. That's a lot of las guns. I think she is. The Farseer is down. And here is Dark Riku and a Lord General fighting in ranged combat. Begins with a retinue. Can add to these guys throughout the game. Really strong defense and support. Dark Riku's been around forever. And these are really strong teams actually. Very, very experienced players here. This Warp Spider Exarch trying to decap this wreck point. Looks like he's going to get it. These Guardians ripping through those guardsmen, eh? Can they get on the power maybe? Get this node down. Got some Howling Banshees on the prowl. Ligt also has some Howling Banshees. But these are Pythons into some Guardian weapon teams. So the red Imperial Guard team might need to start thinking about some anti-garrison stuff. Inquisitor got one hit in before she had to leave. The Warp Spider actually finished the whole cap. Destructor goes off. Those Guardians leave, but more Guardians show up. Where did the Warp Spider go? Oh! He's going to harass this natural power, look. Farseer, the Warlock runs, not the Farseer. Farseer is still down. Hatachan's on the way for Dark Riku. I don't think the Guardians can do this with the Sentinel here. Although the Guardsmen are getting quite low. It might be better for these guys to back off and wait for an Eldar hero to show up. Because here's the Lord Commissar. And that's a heavy weapon squad. Yeah, they're backing off now. So the Eldar could maybe get Rangers up to help them with some anti-garrison as well. Spotters on the way for Piluco. Going to be 4 Guardian weapon teams. One of them's here. Here's one from Ligt. And the Pythons one is in a garrison somewhere. This guy still bashing the power. Lord General has his medical sergeant up already, decapping the VP. Lord General, have you leveled up? No, he's got a bit of XP though. Hatachan Devils get the Guardian weapon team out of there. Now they can disrupt all these guys. There it is. Their grenade launcher doing some work. Maybe they can get into melee with these Guardian weapon team fellas as well. Maybe. Or just shotgun blast them. Oh, they're going to get off the field. That's what they're going to do. We're getting flanked by this Guardian weapon team. Shurikens everywhere. Farseer is still down, but the Warlock is going to get the revive. Commissar with the shield up, trying to get a decap. Chuck smoke on the garrison to shut down that Shuriken cannon. Thanks to the artillery spotters, we've got a heavy weapon squad in there with a heavy bolter. It's going to be hard for the Guardians to approach. I think it's going to finish that cap actually. Meanwhile, in the southwest, we have these 2 contested power points. Banshees just hanging out, I guess. Maybe they can node them both. Still have to cap this one, though. It's not going to be easy when there's Hatachans around to knock you off it. To the mid. Immolator Blade in for the Warlock. The old classic Immolator into Destructor combo is quite nasty for the Guardsman. And just his basic ranged attack sets things on fire, which is quite nice. Sentinel may go down here. These guys are suppressed and they're blocking it. Trying to repair. He's trying to move. There's the Immolate. Sentinel survives somehow for now. Warp Spider comes in. Oh, tried to teleport in and take it out. But he gets heavy bolted. A grenade did come in as well. Those guys flee. What is this? That's Howling Banshees now to go and bash that power. And they're pretty good power bashers with those power melee swords. These are the spotters of Dark Riku. We have 2 of them on the field, which could make it pretty difficult for the Eldar to gain favourable positions and be able to stay there. Speaking of artillery spotters, there was that. Now they can get stabbed. I think they're going to be fine though, the Howling Banshees. Maybe they could have stayed there and finished the bash on that gen, actually. Patterson's doing their thing, but they need to run. Looks like there's going to be a triple cap, maybe. I know the Lord General didn't stay there. Got a decap on that wreck point, though. Lots of good work through this mid-VP point from Dark Riku. He's conceding these power points. As long as you can hold on to your natural powers, it's not a massive deal, although having them noded for the whole game is a good extra amount of power, I guess. Tier 2s are in for the guard, but Pythons and K.A.F still in Tier 1. We do see some Rangers, though. Sniper infantry can snipe stuff out of buildings because they have perfect accuracy. Can infiltrate stuff as well, very handy. Back on the VP is Dark Riku here. Howling Banshees might try to have a word. They don't have an aspect yet. This can't stomp either. Look at the damage they took, though, just trying to get in there. Oh, hey. Warp Spider shows up. He's got his improved warp generator for group teleport there. Might see it used with the Howling Banshees as well. And improved targeters for more DPS, more range. The Howling Banshees of Pythons do have an aspect, the aspect of fleetness. To jump over stuff and do some power melee damage. Maybe he's expecting some Ogrins up. But these guys are getting stabbed and shot to death. Guardians down, those were Pythons. Guess he just forgot about them momentarily. There's the Tier 2. Picking off on the VPs. Wraithguard in. Might see Wraithguard from each of the Eldar players here. Seems like a pretty good shout. Those Wraith Cannons will brutalize anything, such as these fellas. And they flee. They also suppress infantry with it. On the power here, Ogrins for Zero Cry. So the specialized power melee Banshees should do decently well, although they are going to get knocked around by Use Your Red. Maybe anti-grav grenade. Don't know if he wants to replace the targeters though. They're stealing this power. That is very cheeky. I guess they're bashing the gen still. Oh, they've been executed. He's got the bionic eye. So now Inspired Determination's there. Massively buffing the Ogrins. Look at the speed. Gives them 2.5 extra speed, which is a hell of a lot. Most infantry has 5 or 5.5 for some reference there. And doubles their damage. Nice grenade though. Beautiful grenade from K.A.F. Ogrins run away. Commissar might need to run away as well. Chasing the Warp Spider into the garrison. Throws up his shield. And then flees. Can they finish him off here? 375 to 432. Those guys still capping that power point. Inquisitor's now mixing up in the back line. What can you do, Inquisitor? You've got Excruciators for a sail. And the Mandates there. He's probably used it already. Yes, he's running that. Plasma Guardsmen are in. Kind of surprised to see Plasma Guardsmen so early. Maybe looking to trade with the Wraith Guard, but I'm not sure that's going to work out with the suppression. Group teleport. But they didn't bring Banshees back here. Double Wraith Guard for Ligt. Oh, the group teleport was up here. I was very confused for a second. 357 to 432. Can they get this Sentinel down? They can. And the Banshees there avoiding friendly fire. Oh, a cheeky webway up in the, or sorry, down in the southeast corner there. Technically the southeast corner. Since half the map is just blocked off. There's the other half of it up here. Manticore on the way for Piluco. Should be able to shoot most of the things on the map just from the base. Going to be a full power bash. Setting that Commissar on fire with the Immolator. And now goes into melee. Fire hands and a fire sword. Howling Banshees with their Exarch. These guys have aspect of strength for the heavy melee. But the Ogrins knocking them around and a whole bunch of plasma gun and lasgun fire in there. And they wiped the Howling Banshees. Didn't have their Exarch for long. Those guardsmen flee the terrifying Wraith Cannons. There's some healing on the Wraith Guard. Is that channeling runes? No, it's their Wraith Bone thing, I guess. Farseer is down again. Gonna get revived right here, right now. Warlock's in level 3. Level 2 Warp Spider with Entangling Web to mess with the Ogrins. 3-4-4 to 4-1-2. Just Riku again? Yeah, Riku's really on this VP. That power's still bashed. And Ogrins are here. Doing a lot of work over there. Commissar's down. Should get revived on that spot though. Can these guys get a volley off and suppress these Ogrins? Nope, but these guys can. And now the Wraith Guard can open up and get some shots in. Killed that one fella. They're able to get in onto the Shuriken though. They just face tanked that Shuriken while Wraith Guard were shooting them. Can they get the finish? Ripper Gun's trying to do work, and the Catechins get it with a grenade barrage. That's pretty good. Banshee Exarch is very, very keen to get into a fight, running ahead of her squad there. Using the War Shout. Catechins leave. Ogrins leave. Riku doing a whole bunch of economic and VP damage and gets away without a loss, I think. Did the Catechins lose models? They didn't somehow. Autark on the field for Ligt now. Sub-commander for the Eldar. Provides some nice passive buffs around her. Inspiration on kill. She's really quick on her feet as well. Often quite quick to die though. We'll see how she does. Jumping into some fire there, but she's alright. Gets a kill. Nothing around to get inspired. Lord General killing Wraith Guard in melee. Go on, Lord General. He's got his shotguns for move, move, move. And, you know, General shotgunning. Down to just a medical sergeant. And now down to just a Lord General. And that sergeant guy is really bad in combat. He's like single-digit DPS. Not great. Full power bash from the Wraith Guard here. And they're almost murdering stuff from the garrison. I think they just wiped that heavy weapon squad, actually. Can they get onto the Manticore? Has the Manticore fired yet? It has. It's got some XP. It must have shot something. Now there's a Hell Fury dropped in there. Manticore is trying to leave. And an attempted power bash from Zero Cry on its natural power. Double Wraith Guard showing up though with the group teleport, I think. And he's got those fire dragons in there too now. What are these fellas up to? Trading with guards when they're still searching for the Manticore. Manticore's firing over here. Makes the Wraith Guard move. Commissar is back to his feet. Getting some special attacks. Knocking the Spirit Seer fella all over the place. But there is some levitation field action. Crossbow bolt pistols in here. Hammer of the Witches on the Farseer's face. Commissar doesn't want to fight her, apparently. There we go. Now he turns to fight. 295 to 397. And the Farseer's probably going to have to leave here. Crossbow bolt pistols getting shots in all the while. But she harassed them and kept them busy for a while. Ogrins are going to be on this VP again. Thanks to Dark Riku. And there's some tier 3s coming in for Cry and for Piluco. 2 Autarks on the field is quite fun to see. Watch them both immediately die now. Up to the east. Ogrins don't like Wraith Cannons and they run. Inquisitor throws up her mandate now. Trying to get some kills with it. Gives her invulnerability and a speed bonus. Banshees do get away and level to 2, but they took huge losses there. Just the Exarch survives. These guys on the power again. Fire Dragons are very good power bashers, especially when you switch the squad leader to the Flamer like that. Wraith Guard are also able to make quick work of gens. Oh wow, that's a lot of plasma though. Plasma's paying off, because Fire Dragons are heavy infantry. The Wraith Guard are heavy infantry as well, but they're going to suppress you. There's a group teleport. Where's he going? Where's he off to? 295 to 350. Gone for a power bash again. There's also a webway around here somewhere. I think. Oh, it's up there, look. That is very, very cheeky. Power replaced. Manticore as well. Gets them all leaving, but the damage has been done already. Using that group teleport really well on this map. Have a Manticore for Riku now. And he's got a bit of XP. You going to cap the VP, Inquisitor? No. Leaves it for something else. What is she doing? She's going for the wreck point, I suppose. Commissar's down on that wreck point. This guy's getting really close to the guard base. Trying to create some space for this cap here. Manticore forces the Wraith Guard to lead. They might be able to tough that out, actually. Guardsman trying to trade. Running into a grenade, though. Oh, boy, that was nasty. Can you make it? They survive. Those guys didn't survive. One squad survives. A hell of a grenade. And the Autarch are great for tying up Guardsmen as well. Look at that special. Knock down every single model there. Kashyyyk on the field for Zero Cry. Gets the Autarch running off. Because they'll do a bunch of damage to her. Kashyyyk capping. Autarch capping. They're leaving each other alone for the moment, apparently. VP still very even. As we start to see the tier 3s coming in. K.A.F, the first Eldar to go. That webway's still up there. I don't know how the hell they're going to find that. I could have bloody find it. Shuriken leaves. Ogren's getting that speed buff from move is so scary. Look at them go. That's insane. Without suppression, what the hell are you going to do? Maybe warp throw, Mr. Warlock, eh? Howling Banshees are war shouting. And then running. Oh, they didn't war shout the Ogrins. They did it a bit too early. They wanted to shut down all that scary plasma damage, I guess. Because now the Kashyyyk can have plasma guns in. More power bashing. With group teleport, I think. That's why they were so stacked on each other there. It's another webway now. Can I find the other one? Oh, there it is. It wasn't built yet. And more power bashing up in the corner. Or down in the corner, whatever. Dark Riku got a decap again, I think. Dark Riku with all the decaps. Where's that Lord General at? He's back at base. Manticore strike. Somewhere. Over here. They escape. 268 to 262. The VPs continue to be very even. There's a cheeky decap from those Guardians. Inquisitor trying to tough out some Wraith Cannons, but decides not to try anymore. Lord Commissar back to his feet with a Fist of Brockus and the Emperor's Wrath, which is always very fun to see. Big old flank there. Killed a Wraith Guard. Still a 1-to-1 cap. Red team are getting their natural back and blue team are getting the contested. So I think it's going to be 2-to-1 for blue, or maybe not. These Ogrins straight onto this VP again. Level 3 Ogrins for Dark Riku doing huge amounts of work. And a Baneblade is coming from Piluco. Now it's a lot of Wraith Guard and potential Eldritch Storms and a pretty tight map. We'll see how that massive tank does. Using the mines set off by the Manticore to scare the Wraith Guard out the garrison there. And it worked. Oh. This needs to be noded. It is being noded now. Warp Spiders almost level 4. There he goes, level 4 for killing a guardsman. 263 to 253. So 2-to-1 for a second for the blue team. But now these guys are taking the Northeast VP. Anything else for the Lord General? No other retinue guys that I can see. Ogren's all the way in base there almost. Just 10 VPs separate them. Very, very close game. I need to grab a drink. There we go. My throat is not doing well. Some smoke shutting down the Wraith Guard, eh? I guess Riku's spotters were lost at some point. Because say maybe they should get more of them. Help shut down these Wraith Guard fellas. Lord General. Sorry, not Lord General. These are the spotters. Level 3 with the heavy mortar cannon. Couldn't quite get the cap. Inquisitor very low here, but she gets away. still harassing this power with the webways all the time. Very difficult to stop that kind of thing. I mean, you can destroy the webways, you've got to find them first, and they can make more. Especially when there's a group teleporting warp spider around. Casa can run. We're Seer Council on the way and an Avatar. Baneblade is up. Where's it going to go? It's going for the contested VP at the moment. There's double Wraith Guard right there. These guys are all leveled up as well. They're both level 2. Here comes the Demolisher. Good shot. Okay, they did not want to try and trade with it, I guess. There's another Wraith Guard here. Can they get close enough to shoot it, though? Baneblade can outrange them. Gotta keep that thing moving, I suppose. Riku again on this VP. I think it's going to cap it again. Been really effective at that. Wraith Guard here. These guys just bashed the power completely clean. But they're going to run. Still some Wraith Guard here. Can they get a volley on the Baneblade? Oh, these guys running through fire was not great for them. What is this? That is some power bashing fire dragons stealing this. Or getting their power back, I guess. Riku's just sitting on this VP now. Rangers getting shots. That kinetic pulse will be helpful against the Ogrins as they run in. And what's the Avatar going to do? He's going to go straight for those Ogrins, I would think. Wraith Guard caught in retreats. Pummeled by those Ogrins, but they made it. Farseer is going to come and have a word. He does have the Gravity Blade. Rune Armor and Spirit Stones. Avatar scares them off. Yeah, he's got that long charge range now in the latest version. Looks very menacing when he's charging at you. Baneblade on the VP now. And there's another Baneblade from Riku, which I'm sure he's just going to sit in the mid and use to support those pushes he does. See a council with the heavy melee spears, knocked down by the Ogrins, who are getting Wraith Cannoned. Very, very nasty. There's a lot of plasma. They're trying to focus down the Seer Council, I think. Commissar fighting the Warp Spider. That was a special attack, that wasn't very helpful. I think a normal attack might have killed the Warp Spider there. Everything runs. But I think makes it out, although Zero Cries down to 2 units. Guardsman and Kassakin. Now a Stormblade is coming. Baneblade sitting pretty here. This one's under a bit of pressure. Double avatars going after it. These avatars provide huge buffs to surrounding infantry. Damage and defensive and suppression immunity. And they're very good combatants, as you would expect, with those big old swords. And this Baneblade even survived this. Why is the Avatar leaving here? There's 3 Wraith Guard, 2 Avatars. I don't think they can stop. Yeah, they can't stop that. Down it goes. There's a bunch of Manticores going off. Maybe Riku will get some plasma now because of these Avatars. Avatars have super heavy infantry armor, which plasma is pretty effective against. These Wailing Dooms are also pretty effective. 206 to 236. Just bullying the base of the guard here. Meanwhile, though, this power's being stolen again. Surprised they didn't, like, aggressively try to go after the Manticores with the Avatars. Oh, maybe this guy won't get away. I think he's got enough health. He's still over 1,000 hit points. Ogrin's trying to tie up the Wraith Guard as best they can, but there's a bunch of them. Hadachan's also tying them up in there. Another Wailing Doom, 206 to 219. Still very even on the VPs. But that was a pretty effective push by the Eldar in terms of killing stuff and making them reinforce. Also grabbing the VP. Was it capped or was it just decapped? Maybe it was just decapped, but now they have it back. The old guard. More Seer Council, this time from Ligt, and we have Guardsmen coming through for Zero Cry to help support the Stormblade, I suppose. There it is. That big old plasma blast gun on it. Manticores are leveling. These guys going grenade launchers now. To stop caps, I suppose. It won't lock down the Wraith God, though, is the thing. They're just going to sit there and defend that VP? Maybe. And they will very effectively stop the caps on it with those grenade launchers. Here's a Seer Council of K.A.F. already racking up some XP. Being chased by a Commissar. Getting their fancy spears to go after these big old tanks. And they have pretty damn effective speed here. 174 to 219. K.A.F. threw the distortion field on them there from his global bar. Level these Ogrins. Level 4 Ogrins. Over 2,600 hit points. I wonder if you'll get Bullgrins on them, because use your shield is a great way to stop those Seer Council being so speedy. Plasma Blast Gun doing its thing. It's not going to be super effective against the Avatar though. It's about big area of effect attacks with this thing. And they're going to chase down this super heavy tank again. Look, these Wraith Guard aren't even getting involved. There's 2 Wraith Guard here and the Avatar. There's the big overcharged plasma shot, was it? No, that was a regular shot. And it didn't seem that effective, to be honest. Those Wraith Guard just toughed it out. They tanked it pretty well. Some Wailing Doom. Wraith Guard is still there. Avatar now fighting some Ogrins. But he can push them aside and leave. 135 to 219 on the VPs. Stormblade survives then for now. Autark on that VP. Those are plasma casts again. Not sure what happened to the other fellas with their grenade launchers. Oh, here they are. And they are knocking back the Autark now. That's an overcharged plasma shot, which shuts down the weapons for 5 seconds. Avatar, sorry, Farseer goes down. Avatar's okay. Autark makes it out. Wraith Guard make it out. They're both level 4. The Seer Council barely made it out, but they did. 3 Avatars on the field, 2 Seer Council, 5 Wraith Guard. That's a lot of nasty stuff to deal with. This guy's stuck. Is the Warlock stuck in the map here? Never seen such a thing. That's what you get for putting webways in weird places, fellas. Is he just stuck now? Looks like he's super stuck up there. Not sure what you do about that. Could you try to friendly fire him to death with the Wraith Guard maybe and then just repurchase? Perhaps. Ogrins on the way for Zero Cry. Nice tool to have against the Wraith Guard if they can get in amongst them. Avatar with that big old charge. Can he get an attack though? Did not seem to swing on those fellas. 134 to 175, 1-to-1 cap. The Warlock is still stuck in the map up in the north. Group teleport into a rocket run though. Really good hits, but the Wraith Guard toughed it out. These guys still going after the Baneblade. See a Council in their Avatars there. I don't think it's going to survive. Down it goes. Is that Power Blades? No, it's still got Entangling Web up. 134, 175 still, 1-to-1 cap. Autark being bludgeoned as she tries to get the VP down. She gets it. Now she can jump away maybe. Nope. She's going to stay in there. See a Council here to help her now. And an Avatar, of course. The Avatar's barely taken a scratch. Stabbing the Ogrins who leave. Oh, Avatar down it. Stormblade's down under half health though. And here come 2 Wraith Guard squads. Ogrins need to get on them maybe. Overcharged Plasma was a good shot on the Seer Council. Ogrins down. Oh no, they're just turning into Bullgrins. I was going to say that was weird. They did lose a model while they were changing into them, I think, is why it looked like they died. Seer Council can leap on them. Yeah, that's insane disruption. Now the Ogrins, the Bullgrins, sorry, might have to flee. Got a bit of support from some Kasrkin here. Can they get closer for a grenade, maybe? They're staying back for now. None shall fall is up. But they do retreat. I don't think it's active while you're retreating, is it? Still 2 avatars up. This guy's quite low. Stormblade's done alright, you know. Certainly soaked up a lot of damage and attention from the Eldar. 134 to 133 on the VPs. The Warlock is still stuck in the map up in the north. Is it starting to take its toll now? Not having that hero doing anything. Not sure if they've tried to kill him already with the Wraith Guard and maybe the shots aren't getting through or something. But that would be the obvious thing to do. Or at least to try. There he is. How did that even happen? That's not even near the webway. Stormblade may be done for here. Down it goes. There's a Leman Russ. Zero Cry has no units on the field now, says the GG. It's a tough map for vehicles, especially big ones, and especially against Eldar. The Wraith Guard were an absolute menace in this game. Are the other guard players going to give up? You might want to fight this out. Could Zero Cry possibly recover here? Double for them. It's not purchased anything yet. Wraith Guard on the cap. Ogrin trying to bludgeon him to death. They bludgeon that guy to death. There's still 2 avatars around. Lord General goes down. 108 to 133. Zero Cries. Thought about some Kashyyykin. Oh, the Warlock's out. Yeah, they killed him, look. Maybe it was the Wraith Guard? I don't know. He hasn't repurchased himself though. Fire Prism on the way for King of Pythons. There's None Shall Fall again. But these guys can't die while they're active under it. I'm going to try and focus the Commissar when you see that. Inquisitor down. Level 3 Seer Council, absolute menace. Going to go after Leman Russ now. Those fancy spears of theirs. I feel like those spears should cost a bit more because they are insanely effective anti-vehicle now. The foot speed they have, and they're relatively durable. Are these level 4 Ogrins? Yeah, these are the level 4 Ogrins. Just going off the Wraith Guard, but then they're scared off by the Avatar. 101 to 121. Is Zero Cry still playing? I mean, the Commissar's down. He's got no units. If he is playing, he's not doing anything. The Warlock is still down up here. There's a triple for the Eldar. But there's still no concession. Lord Commissar gets rebought. Still no units coming though. Bit of a weird ending to the game. But looks like the Eldar are going to see this through. There's a levitation. I think it does power melee damage when it throws you back. It's not a huge amount of it. It's more about the control, of course. Leman Russ on the way for Zero Cry, apparently. It's going out swinging. Commissar literally is. Swinging that power fist around. And executes the Ogrins for Inspired Determination. Oh, that's the effect I saw earlier. Is it the same effect as Fist of Brockus? None Shall Fall, or am I just mixing them up? As I do. Level 9 Lord Commissar here, doing huge damage with the Fist of Brockus. It's probably doing over 100 DPS. There's the game then. A triple cap for the Eldar in the end. Super effective with their Wraith Guard Avatar Seer Council combo. That was nuts. Level 7 Warp Spider here, King of Pythons, with amazing work using the group teleport. Use it to put huge pressure on the power. Look, they didn't even bother to rebuild it. The webways up here as well. K.A.F. Warlock, level 5. The Farseer also level 9. That Commissar was level 9 as we saw. I don't think I spotted any of the Emperor's Wrath coming in. I'm sure it was on the screen constantly and I just missed it. Level 8 Inquisitor. And the Lord General level 8 also. Great work from Riku on that VP earlier on. Harassing the hell out of it. awesome game, high level play, some weirdness at the end with the Warlock getting stuck, and then not rebuying himself for a while. He went down again, look. But cool stuff. Not a map you see often for faction wars. Thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Big thanks to these players for taking part and duking it out. And I'll see ya next time.